Boxing TV live and direct in Coventry, press conference, Chad Sugden, Shakan Pitters. British title fight coming up, not long to go now. How you feeling?
Nah, not long to go. Brilliant, man. I'm feeling really good. As I say, you know, training's gone well, everything's going to plan accordingly, so yeah, I feel good. How about yourself? It's good to see you getting up in with the media credentials and things, so you're doing well. It's good to see.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, and it's nice to be given the platform by, you know, fighters like yourselves a few months back, giving me that opportunity. But yeah, it's great to be here. I'm looking forward to this fight on the 28th of March. What's your viewpoint on Chad Sugden? Slippery fighter, got a great draw against Craig Richards at York Hall. I'm assuming that you've been following him closely since that fight. I'm assuming you've been following him closely since that fight.
I haven't really followed his career close, to be fair. I know that doesn't help, does it? I haven't really followed his career closer, to be fair, but he's not to be overlooked. He's a very tough opponent. He proved that in his last fight with Craig. I believe he had a good dust up with that Luke Blackwedge as well. He's also another tough opponent. So it's obvious, you know, he's coming from a very tough background. You know, tough fighting background. His brothers were fighters. His dad's his trainer. You know, it all links up to an amazing story. You know what I mean? Like, he's coming from fighting background, so I know he's a very tough, worthy opponent, and he proved that, like I said, against the fight with Richards as well. But that's all generally, I believe. Like, you know, he's just a very tough opponent. I'm not overlooking him. I'd never overlook any opponent. I've just got to bring the best me, because I can't allow this man to steal an opportunity. You know, for myself.
In the press conference, you looked supremely confident. You said you're going to win that British title. You're taking it home. It's a matter of fact. Where does the confidence come from?
It's just based on all the hard training I put in. You know, you train hard, and you know everything's going right in sparring. You're sparring brilliantly, and you know, training's going good. You're hitting PBs. You know, at the end of the day, I'm one of those fighters where I put it all in. I put my body through it. I live the life. So I'm not saying he doesn't live the life, because at the end of the day he's been a world champion, so clearly he does. But I just know my skills and what I can bring to the table. When I show up at the best me, which I am the best me, I'm very difficult for any man in this division to beat.
Did you think there was always a potential chance of Chad Sugden getting matched against yourself then?
Yeah, I believe so, especially based off his last performance with Craig. You know, even if it wasn't a case of Craig pulling out, I think he would have got his opportunity anyway. So, you know, I believe he's worthy opponent. He's earned this opportunity. I'm not going to discredit what he's achieved, because from what he's coming from, he's achieved a lot to get to where he is now. Not many kickboxers can say that, yo, I'm fighting for a British title. I think the only kickboxer now in the division generally with a British title around his waist, Brad Foster, who had an excellent display as we've seen. But it's come sooner for him, of course, because Craig's pulled out. We had an inkling before that they were going to pull out anyway. And Chad's, you know, fair play to him and his team. We gave them enough notice of them being on the show as well. I believe John told him to stay ready, because we had an inkling it might happen. And, you know, he stayed ready. He's prepared to his best. His dad said that they've been training 12 rounds. So I expect the best Chad on the day, and it's going to be a great fight. Will do, yeah.
I mean, looking at your record now, your age now as well, and where you're at in your career, it looks like you're coming into your prime, whereas Chad's 25 years of age, and he's not quite, maybe some might say he might not be at that level yet in terms of his prime. Do you think that might be an advantage to yourself?
So at the end of the day, I don't look at it as any advantage, disadvantage. You know, he's been fighting a lot longer. People may say, oh, his body's a bit more wear and tear, busted up, whatever it may be, than me. And some people may say, oh, well, he's got the experience over you, or whatever it may be. I don't know. But all I know is March 28th, me and him's got to get in the ring, and all answers will be answered there. And I know that my answers will be answered. You know what I mean? I will answer the answers, all the questions, and tick all the boxes. So all I can focus on is me, really, not what others may feel about Chad or anything. I only can focus on me.
Do you believe there's a chance of you getting the stoppage, and the stoppage being involved in this fight, or is it going to go the full distance?
I have no idea. If he goes, he goes. You know what I mean? I know that you know, if I hit and I land good and things like that, it will feel it. You know what I mean? But as I say, he's tough. He's a durable opponent. It may be a case where his coaches may have to throw in the towel. Who knows? But I mean, I'm not one to to pick rounds or overlook anyone. It's a tough opponent. We're prepared for 12 hard rounds, and as far as I'm aware, the fight possibly would go 12 hard rounds. But that's what we're prepared for. But again, if he goes out early, he goes out early.
Shaka, it's been lovely talking to you again. Nice to see you again. Thanks for speaking to JF Boxing TV.
Yeah, man, appreciate it, man. Nice one, Jack, and I'll see you on Fight Night.